So, hi, I'm Justin, and this is going to be my Doodle Jump demo. So, for milestone 1, it was to draw the doodler and draw the platforms. We have 4 platforms here and the doodler. For milestone 2, we had to show that it could bounce off the platforms, which you can clearly see it does right now. And as for movement, I can use J and K to move from left to right. And to demonstrate what happens if you go to the side of the screen. So you can go from one side to the other and the other side back. It's all pretty standard for now. And now for, before that I have to show that when you hit the bottom of the screen that the game ends and you have to restart it. So the screen's frozen and then you have to start again. For milestone 4, we were supposed to implement at least 2 game features. So the 2 game features I implemented were the score. So if I start jumping up, once I hit this platform, the score starts counting. Oh, I actually missed one thing for milestone 3, is that the platforms are random. I did make the first 4 platforms in the same location every time, and that's just to make sure that when you first load into the game, you don't die immediately and you actually survive. But after that, the platforms are random as you keep going up, and the scoreboard's still going up properly, I hope. 28, 29, 30. Here's one thing: if you bounce on the same platform, it's actually such that you don't get more points. Same thing if I jump onto the bottom platform here. You do actually have to jump up to a higher platform for the score to start going up again. For dynamic increase in difficulty, I did in actually 2 ways. So I don't know if you quite noticed. I might have to restart the game for this, but initially the game moves very slowly, so you have a lot more time to react. And the way I did this is by manipulating how long the program sleeps every cycle. So once I start going up to the thresholds of 10 and 20, then the game will speed up via having shorter sleep cycles, so you have less time to react. And we're hitting 10, and the game's slightly faster. Once we hit 20, the game will be slightly faster again. Hit 20, and the game is now twice as fast as it was at the beginning, or approximately around that. Now, one thing to notice is that the second mechanic for increasing difficulty is that the platforms do become shorter every 5. Every score increment of 5. So 40, this platform is going shorter once again. To make sure you not die here. Let's hit 45 on this platform. The platform becomes shorter by 1 again. And 50 becomes shorter once again. I don't know if I actually have time to show this or if I'll survive by then, but I did make sure there's a hard cap, so if the platforms end up becoming 1 pixel, the game isn't just immediately, like, the platforms don't just disappear. There actually is a hard cap on how small the platforms can be. I can't show that because I'm not good enough at this game, but I think that's enough to prove that the game does become much harder. And for milestone 5, we had to implement at least 3 of the additional features. I only ended up implementing 2, so I hope I still get 2 out of 3 for that. But for the first additional feature, I made realistic physics with the acceleration and deceleration once jumping up and down. So if you notice closely, for the first few pixels of it jumping up, it jumps up very quickly. So the way I implemented this is that it only takes 1 frame for it to go up during those periods, and then for the next few pixels, it takes 2 frames to go up. And then for the apex of the jump, it'll take 3 pixels for it to start going up and start going down. And it's mirrored for going up and going down. And just to show, when I jump onto a higher platform, once I go off it, it falls slowly, then it falls a bit. It falls slowly, then falls a bit quicker, and then falls back at the 1 frame speed that we mentioned previously. And that's how I implemented acceleration. And the final one is dynamic on-screen notifications. So how I did this is that for every 5 score you get, a new on-screen notification shows up. So for 5 it's Pog, for 10 it should be nice. Oh no, it's wow. And then for 15 it should be nice. Nice. And then after that it just loops for every 5 additional score you get. So this one should be Pog. This one should be Pog. Wow. Next one should be nice. I will point out the screen is indeed flashing. That's because every frame the screen is redrawn. So it starts coloring the blue, and then starts coloring the platforms, then starts coloring the score, then starts coloring the notifications. Maybe not exactly in that order except for the sky, but I did make sure that no matter what, the doodler is run last, because I don't want anything to cover the doodler, because you want to know where your character is positioned at all times. So to summarize, I finished all of milestones 1, 2, and 3. For milestone 4, I implemented scoreboard and dynamic increase in difficulty as wanted. And for milestone 5, I implemented 2 additional features, which is acceleration, so realistic physics, and dynamic on-screen notifications with the words popping up. And that concludes my demo. Please spare me and don't kill my mark.